Hi, Dad. Welcome back to another episode of Dave and Andy's Honest About Life. How are you?
I'm doing well, Andy. I hope you're doing as well as I am. Right now, I'm feeling very happy, and I haven't been drinking, so I don't know.
I heard you spent too much time in the hot tub. So
Yeah, yeah. I almost cooked it, as you said. It was Dad's stew, but that's
it was. It
what
was.
happens.
I can only imagine that. Like I say, you sit in a hot tub long enough, your bones get soft, and
Oh, it was too long because I was waiting for somebody to join me, and that's an endeavor in itself. I think somebody who wants to join me, but yeah, it was just took a little too long, and I didn't even realize that's a dangerous thing. That's something we should talk about sometime too. Some people have hot tubs out there, and if they spend too much time, a lot of blood doesn't get to your head. And when you try to stand up, you faint, and that's basically, I didn't quite faint, but I had my issues last night.
yeah, I'm sure there's a reason they tell you what 20 minutes or something is the max you should spend in a
Exactly.
hot.
Exactly. And I didn't take that because I was waiting for somebody. That's what
Right,
happened.
right. It's planned to wait for a long time. So I'm glad you survived that experience, Dad.
Yeah.
And at the same time, you mentioned you were doing a commercial for a hamburger restaurant, and in this case, it happens to be a distant family member of yours that had asked you to do commercial, and it got me to thinking: can you ever see yourself being a vegetarian?
Vegetarian? Then
Yeah.
bite your tongue. No, I'm sorry. I'm not that. I'm all about meat and all kinds of meat. The fogo de chao, we call it fogo de chao, but I think the real Brazilian way is fogo de chão. But that is a great Brazilian, they have all kinds of meats, right? And they come around your table and you got this little green and red thing. If you leave the green thing up, they'll just keep on coming to you. And I love that place because it's all about protein.
So that's what heaven looks like for you. Is it just
Yeah, there'll be a bunch of guys with their meat on their spears going around shaving me off some. That is
looking for
heaven.
looking for your green and coaster? So and, and they say, I mean, I've heard this. I shouldn't say they say, but I've heard that as we get older, we, what's the right term? We tend to be more sort of vegetarian. And I say this because I think that there are some, again, we're talking about health effects, right? Too much time in a hot tub. But I guess there's probably some negative health effects of too much red meat. And maybe that's one of the reasons why, as we get older, we start acting a little bit more vegetarian. And so that's not something that you see in your future.
No, I want the cattle industry to love me because I love meat. And you know what? The older I get, my teeth are falling out. Eventually, I'll have no teeth, so I can I'll gum my meat to death. But I think that's maybe why people start to trend toward less of that kind of food, less heavy food as you get older. And they're basically gumming their food. So lettuce works good for that. You be a bunny rabbit. You don't need teeth.
I think I remember you talking about like life wouldn't be worth living without steak. Is that still true?
I probably told you that when you were growing up, because that's what I don't know if you remember, but we used to have the old charcoal grill, and this was before propane. No, I don't know, but anyhow, we used charcoal all the time, and they taste so good. It's just so good on a good old fashioned charcoal grill.
Did your dad? He ate a lot of red meat, didn't he?
Yeah, and he lived until he was 94.
Well,
Yeah,
that's
he loved a good steak too. I think that's where I got it. But yeah, he loved his red meat.
I'm sure. When folks live that long, people come to them and they say, what's your secret to longevity? What's your secret to old age? Yeah, how did you reach 90? How did you reach 100? And what's fun to hear them say is, a glass of whiskey every night and a 12-ounce, rare red steak, right? And that's probably not the case. Uh, but it's fun to hear them say something like that because, in my opinion, it makes you feel like we all have a chance then to get to 90 or
Yeah,
100. If you know what I mean, if
yeah,
if they talk like that, because they were probably, genetics probably plays a big role. They were probably healthier. They maybe took naps. They drank enough water. Some of them even say I drank milk every night before I went to bed. And that's all great. And you hope that's the case. And it's not just genetics and we don't have a chance, right, to live to 90. It's out of our control. But to hear them say, I ate ice cream every day, I had a glass of red wine, that's the good stuff.
Yeah, I totally agree with you that, and I think it is each and every one of us has our own genetics that we deal with. And it may be, easier for us to survive steaks every day or a glass of whiskey or whatever. But I just, I think that we can all trend toward, and this is, I'm being honest about this, better health. And, there's a lot of things out there, but I never say a bad thing about red meat because, you know what, that's what I've lived on. And I'm old, but, it is all good. And I think we all have to kind of look at our own lives and enjoy life. So if you enjoy life by having carrots and lettuce, great, but if you enjoy life with a good steak now and then, maybe not every day, but now and then, great.
Amen, Dad. That's a good way to end it. All right. Well, thank you, Dad. That was a fun segment, and
that was good.
It. So until next time, have a great rest of your day.
You too, buddy. Love you.
Love you, Dad. Bye.